Bonjour, bonsoir les funky, c'est Funky Black Micro pour la suite de notre série donc sur Game of Thrones. Là, nous sommes sur l'épisode 2, je vous ai pas fait de 3 la dernière fois parce qu'elle essayait de me couper ici et donc je vous ai pas prévenu. Et donc là, je vous préviens, donc là on se fait juste une petite intro vite fait pour vous dire que là on est dans l'épisode 2 et je vais pas les couper comme ça en disant épisode 2, épisode 3, tout ça. Mais là j'ai l'occasion de le faire, donc je le fais. C'est tout. Et là, on continue donc l'histoire et donc je me la ferme. Ah, en plus on incarne le mec, ok.
He's just forgotten this is a game. Ryan, look who we've found.
Don't worry. It's just a game, Ryan.
A stupid game. I don't like it.
He was worried you were gone.
I thought we'd never find you again.
I'm right here. And I promise, I'm not going anywhere.
I wish Mira was here. And Asher. And Roderick.
I do too. But Mira's in King's Landing and...
Can't she come home? I don't want her to die too.
Ryan, she's perfectly safe, I promise you.
I don't want Garrett to die either. Maester Ortengrin said he got sent to the wall. I'll miss Garrett. He was nice.
Garrett is strong. He can take care of himself.
No one will tell me what Garrett did, but it must have been serious. I heard Duncan and Sir Royland talking. They said someone will come here looking for revenge.
Everyone's worried about you, but I'm not. I know you'll protect us.
Who said they're worried about me?
Well, Sir Royland for one. He says you can't fight very well.
What?
And he calls you a milksop.
Une fiotte, allez boum.
Sir Royland forgets himself. After all, you are the lord of the house now.
He doesn't know me or what I'm capable of.
What does milksop mean?
I don't know, but I know it's not good.
Ah, c'est pas bon,
You should
pas bon
let
du
Sir
tout.
Royland teach you how to wield a sword, like a man. He taught Roderick and Asher, and he even showed me how to fight. Properly, I mean.
A lord should know how to fight.
Do you remember when we were younger? When we all used to play here? You, me, Roderick, Asher. We'd all be out here for hours.
Yeah. Where was I?
You weren't born yet.
We had so much fun. But then, well, then everything changed. Roderick became so serious, the Lord in training. We never smiled anymore. And Asher just got angry at everything. Promise me you won't be like that. Please, just be you. I like you the way you are. I know a lord has many responsibilities, but you don't need to be like them.
I don't want to get angry, but I may have to. Father did sometimes.
But you're nice.
Comme on dit la vérité, hein. On n'est jamais sûr de rien.
But since you're the new lord, you can do anything you want.
I suppose.
Everyone will have to do as you say. So I could have all the sweets I want.
Regarde-moi ça,
Only
gloutonnerie.
that simple. It would be nice if someone did what I wanted for once.
That's not how it works.
Well, that's how it should work. You are the lord.
Petit seigneur Ethan.
Quickly, on your feet.
What's the matter?
Lord Whitetail has arrived, unannounced and certainly unexpected. He's come demanding justice.
Ah voilà, ce qui devait arriver arriva.
Duncan, he is the Castellan.
Stay with us. Please, Ethan.
He's demanding an audience with the Lord. We really must go.
It's your decision. You are the Lord.
If I were lord, I would command Ethan to stay with his family. Lord Whitehill is a mean old man anyways.
Alors là, tu dois faire ton boulot.
If that's what's required of me.
Very well then.
Là, il est l'heure de faire son travail. Oh, dis donc, en direct, je vois que la TTG Trade Team a retweeté ma première épisode. Bah, merci à vous les mecs, et encore une fois, je vous rends hommage sur ce deuxième épisode. Car à vous, je peux partager ça avec mes viewers. Merci encore à vous.
Was. It makes no difference. The Whitehills were clearly in the wrong, so don't give him any satisfaction. Out there, you were decisive and firm. Now do it again with these bastards.
Let's not do something rash. Things are bad enough as it is.
I can handle Lord Whitehill.
Well said, my lord.
Now is not the time to anger Lord Whitehill any more than he already is. He's got 5 times as many men, and the backing of House Bolton.
All the more reason to stand up for ourselves. Only cowards and dead men roll over.
Faut agir en seigneur. Il peut dire ce qu'il veut. Oh, oh. Lord, éteins du bois au loup. Fais gaffe. Je bois un petit peu. Sa tête de gros lard là.
Lord Ethan, is it? My condolences for your father and brother. The late Lord Forrester was no friend to me or my house. My only regret is I wasn't there to drive the dagger into his heart myself.
Espèce
I've been waiting for this day all my life. The Forresters finally get their due.
Ne me provoque pas, man.
I may be young, but I'm not so easily fooled. You're trying to rile me, but it won't work.
Young? You are that boy. Too young to know when you're in over your head. And no bread and salt! What kind of fucking house receives a lord with no fucking bread and salt? You bloody amateur. No courtesies. I should have expected as much.
Fetch Lord Whitehill some bread and salt. It was an oversight, Lord Whitehill. I promise it won't happen again.
Not likely. You Forresters have shit on us for generations. Well, now the Starks are no longer around to have your back, are they? We're the power in the north now.
Roose Bolton is the Warden of the North.
Aye. And we've been his bannermen for 5 fucking centuries, you cunt.
Lord Ethan, you're losing control of this.
That's enough, Lord Whitehill.
I'm not finished. Maybe if you hadn't been so fucking greedy with the ironwood, things would have been different between us.
You squandered your share.
Our share was taken from us. We had no fucking choice but to harvest what was left.
What is it you want, Lord Whitehill?
Your man, the squire. We were minding our own business, keeping the king's peace, as his lordship here said, when your man attacked us for no reason.
Hear that? Attacked for no reason.
No reason? You murdered his family.
Then you admit it was your man who killed my men. And a pig farmer at that. How do you answer for your squire, Lord Ethan? He acted in your name. And you are the lord of this house.
He was defending his family as any man would. But your men murdered them all.
You lost pig farmers, not soldiers. The soldiers worth 100 of their
Ce
time.
mec-là, il me plaît pas du tout. Il me plaît pas du tout.
Who killed my men? I know he's here. What have you done with him?
He was sent to the wall.
Who the fuck sent him to the wall? Answer me! Who's the one who did it?
You heard me. He was sent to the wall. It's done.
What? That was my justice to deliver.
C'est bon, ta justice a été rendue. Il a été envoyé au mur
me of it.
comme un malpropre. Ça suffit, tire-toi.
Now bring me the coward who did it, or you'll answer to Roose Bolton.
Ah, va le chercher au mur. Qu'on rigole. Vas-y, va le chercher au mur.
What kind of fucking house is this?
A house of honorable men.
Lady Forrester.
You bellow like a wounded boar, Lord Whitehill. Have you forgotten your manners?
I mean no disrespect to you, my lady, considering your losses and all. But this is not over.
It's over when my son says it is.
Thank you for coming, Lord Whitehill.
Ethan is Lord of Ironrath now. By rights, his word is law here. If that displeases you, then I trust you can find the door.
Au revoir.
That lad may be lord of this house, But Lord Bolton will have the final say. I'll send him a raven letting him know a Forrester man killed one of his own. That the new Lord Forrester lied to my face and denied me my justice. Then we'll see whose word is law.
Do as you like, Lord Whitehill.
Fais ce que tu veux. Il aurait dû le tuer. Lui, il aurait dû être mort.
I was wrong about your son, my lady. He stood up to him like a true lord.
You were brave, my son. But you'll need to be braver still when Ramsay Snow arrives to see you bend the knee. Prepare a raven. We need to send word to Mira in King's Landing at once.
Oh là 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 là.
Your sister can help
Ah,
us.
Port-Réal.
Although just a handmaid,
Mira
she has
Forrester.
Marjorie Tyrell's favor. And Lady Marjorie's betrothal to the king may be enough to keep the Boltons at bay. If it's presented to her as it should be.
Le jeu me prend, hein. Franchement, le jeu et l'histoire me prend. C'est un truc de ouf, ça j'adore ça. Ce jeu est vraiment bien fait. Ah, ça c'est un autre jeu. Bon, voyons si le QWERTY est bien passé. Parce que forcément, hein, j'ai redémarré mon ordi, je l'avais repassé en AZERTY et tout. Je l'ai remis en QWERTY, j'ai réactivé le QWERTY, donc ça passe. Bon. À chaque fois, il faut faire une petite manip qui dure 2 secondes et demie, donc bon, ça encore, je peux m'en faire sans problème. Oh, dis donc. Ah, Ferrugé brut.
Ethan made this for me.
Ça, c'est le blason des Forrester. Je crois bien. Hein. Ça va être le blason des Forrester.
It was very kind of Lady Marjorie to give this to me.
Et on va
Once
croiser
belonged to
Marjorie
Lady Eleanor.
Tyrell. Tellement belle cette femme. Comment elle s'appelle déjà l'acteur qui joue j'ai oublié comment elle s'appelle l'acteur qui joue Marjorie Tyrell.
Asher sent me this coin to remember him. It's a strange place, Essos.
Essos. Ah, j'ai hâte de voir quand on va jouer Asher. Quand on va être en Essos. Je veux savoir où il est en Essos exactement. C'est là, ça se trouve, il est avec la Calicie. Oh, j'ai hâte de savoir. J'ai hâte de savoir. Qu'est-ce que je vais dire déjà? Comment elle s'appelle déjà Nathalie Dormer. Voilà. Dolmer. Ou Dormer. Non, je crois que c'est Dormer. Nathalie Dormer. Comment elle est belle cette femme. Oh, qu'est-ce que ça veut dire? Regardez. Qui ça? Vu le regard que tu fais.
Father, much excitement here in King's Landing for the coming wedding. Lady Marjorie has proven to be quite popular throughout the city. I do wish you and Mother could come, although I know it would be impossible under the circumstances. I miss all of you, and I look forward to the day you can.
Bon. On a vu tout ce qu'on voulait voir. Bon, est-ce qu'il y a d'autres choses à voir? Il y a un petit livre. Gros livre poussiéreux.
Wonders made by man, by Lomas Longstrider. A gift from Roderick. I hope to see them all someday.
J'espère toujours, ma grande. Regardez. King's Landing.
I wonder if it's sunny at Ironrath today.
N'oubliez pas les enfants, nous sommes entre la saison 3 et la saison 4. En fait, juste à la fin des Noces pourpres, n'oubliez toujours pas. Histoire de vous le rappeler. Dans quel contexte on est à Port-Réal.
It troubles me to even ask this of you, but you must appeal to Lady Marjorie to intervene on our behalf. She is our best hope, and can be a powerful ally, especially now when your family so
Elle a une sympathie
desperately
pour,
needs our help.
pour la famille Forrestier. D'accord. Bon, est-ce qu'il y a d'autres choses à voir? Mais je pense pas, puisque là, la porte a toqué, donc on a passé partout. Donc, ok, allons ouvrir la porte. J'arrive.
One moment.
Oh, sorry, milady. I didn't mean to disturb you. I can come back later if you'd like.
Non, entre.
No, it's fine. Come in.
C'est qui ce petit... Il vient nettoyer, c'est ça? D'accord. Ah non, il vient mettre des... D'accord, ok, j'ai compris. J'ai compris, j'ai compris.
Begging your pardon, milady, but you alright? If you don't mind my asking, you seem rather upset.
I'm fine, thank you.
Of course, milady.
Please hurry if you can. Lady Marjorie will be here any minute.
Of course, milady. You work for Lady Marjorie? I may be wrong, but it seems like you do.
It's widely known that I work for Lady Marjorie.
I've seen you with her before. You seem like good friends. I saw Lady Marjorie just this morning, outside the Royal Sept, talking to Queen Cersei.
Cersei?
Peut-être qu'il parle déjà de la situation.
They appeared to be having some sort of disagreement. I couldn't hear much, but...
What did they say?
I couldn't make out much, but I know they were talking about the Starks and House
Ouais,
Forrester.
il parle de la situation.
I hope you're not in any kind of trouble. But I thought you ought to know. Most people don't tend to notice a call boy. Not in King's Landing, with so many lords and ladies about. You see and hear all sorts of things when people don't even know you're there.
Un atout très très utile.
Good night, milady.
Je sens qu'on va entendre parler de lui. Je sais pas pourquoi, je le sens. Marjorie!
Lady Marjorie, you're early.
I was hoping there would be time for us to talk.
Ça va plutôt bien retranscrite hein, dans le truc.
There's something we must discuss.
Elle a toujours sa beauté naturelle.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I've thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
And you know how I feel about what's happened to your family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
You're very kind, my lady.
Of course, Mira, but you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can say, especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north, whose family fought for Robb Stark. It raises questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept. She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor.
Cool, merci, ça fait plaisir.
She was very pleased with herself.
I'm not a traitor.
Of course not. It's only an excuse to torment you, and by extension, me. She demands an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a
Faut
way
même pas se mettre à dos Cersei Lannister. Je pense que nous sommes tous d'accord là-dessus.
Tell her what she wants to hear.
Je crois que je vais le faire parce que pour le coup, il faut jamais se mettre à dos Cersei Lannister.
See
J'ai
if
pas envie
the
d'avoir de
Queen
problèmes.
Regent is ready to receive
T'as de
us.
grands problèmes avec elle, de très grands problèmes quand elle t'aime pas. Dès que j'ai vu ça, ça m'a fait penser à Kenny.
I know you
Ah, Kenny
You may
McCormick.
feel one thing, but you must say another.
Ah, j'ai pas eu le temps de bien lire ce qu'elle a. Excuse-moi, pardon. Il était trop occupé à boire.
Good luck.
Oula. Ok. D'accord. Là, je me sens totalement en confiance. Pour le coup, je me sens totalement en confiance. Bon. Oh, Tyrion est là aussi, ça fait plaisir. Tyrion et Cersei Lannister. Oh là là.
You can do this.
Et on avance pas avec eux, on avance avec flèche. Oh, d'accord, flèche. C'est parti. Ok, on peut ni à la droite ni à la gauche. On avance, c'est tout. Ah d'accord, on tourne la tête. Ok, d'accord. Regardez-moi ces deux-là.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Avec sa belle cicatrice.
Lord Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
I am honored, Your Grace.
Yet not honored enough to kneel, I see.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Of course.
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Joffrey is the one true king, Your Grace.
And yet, for centuries the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
No!
They were the Wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Je sais.
Perhaps too clever.
J'ai hésité à dire gna et les attaquer, mais non.
The girl did name Joffrey as the one true king.
Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Le nouveau gardien.
He is the Warden of the North, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
The girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions, while in fact saying nothing at all.
Et Tyrion qui voit tout comme d'habitude. Parce que je l'aime ce
Old
mec.
allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances. There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forrester Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
I won't dishonor myself, Your Grace.
I see.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Tyrion toujours le bon rôle.
Raises an
Toujours.
interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define.
Vaut mieux rester évasif.
This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the
Cersei le
north
sait
here
bien.
in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let
would...
the girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
The king, of course.
Well said. I was beginning to worry you didn't have your priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
J'aurais peut-être dû choisir Marjorie pour le coup, mais là j'ai agi un peu dans l'urgence.
Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man.
Il avait l'air, oui.
You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
That certainly took courage. To so publicly declare your loyalty to Joffrey for all to hear. Poor Lady Marjorie was humiliated, although Cersei seemed quite pleased. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
Rather odd, if that's what she asked of you. But I'm sure she has your best interests at heart. My sister and I have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous.
On est là pour jouer les enfants.
In fact, forget
On est
I
là
even
pour jouer.
suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised
Tyrion.
Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Très très dangereux, Port-Réal. Toujours avoir un coup d'avance. Jamais trop se révéler. La pure politique.
Mira, I was worried.
Qu'est-ce qui c'est là en fait?
Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
I'd rather not discuss it, if you don't mind.
Of course not. It must have been horrible. But at least it's over now. Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And
Cet enfoiré là, même si je l'aime bien.
Martell.
Ah, Oberyn Martell. Comment je l'aime bien ce type.
I'm told he has a paramour. Which I doubt is Dornish for wife.
You'll get us in trouble.
We're just having some fun. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well, which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Que ce soit clair, net et
Well,
précis.
I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the Seven Kingdoms.
Demande à
I might
Sansa,
even
c'est pas
allow
très
you
beau
to be
non
my
plus. Hein.
handmaiden.
Ça... Ouais, je sais pas. Ouais, bof.
Let's
bof.
see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match.
Elle est un peu trop haute, il est un petit peu trop bas. Vous voyez ce que je veux dire?
What are you doing?
Ah voilà. Et voilà, et voilà, et voilà.
Well,
Sarah?
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
This is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was...
C'est vrai que c'est une stratégie militaire, hein, les plans de table dans un mariage. C'est une vraie stratégie militaire.
I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Ça c'est sûr. C'est logique.
Your words to Cersei were brave, but I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Ouais, c'est Marjorie. On peut lui faire confiance à Marjorie quand même. Je l'aime bien. Même si j'ai toujours l'impression qu'il peut se passer un truc, mais je l'aime bien.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Ah bon, ça va.
Go on. Ask.
Please, Ramsay Snow is on his way to Ironrath to see my brother bend the knee.
Ramsay? Roose Bolton's bastard.
I fear my family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. But if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the protection of the crown...
That is no small request, especially now. Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Please, Lady Marjorie, I beg of you. I fear for my family's safety.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
You're the only one who can help me. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother. Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady.
Merci d'essayer. Franchement, merci d'essayer. Et elle va me fatiguer, je sens. Elle va me fatiguer. Pourquoi je sens que cette fille va me fatiguer?